Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. This is your friend Juan from Noise and Associates. We are a firm of immigrants for immigrants. We are wrapping up another week here at Noise and Associates, and we have committed to doing these lives weekly. We're going to increase our frequency in them, but we wanted to just say hi to you, see how you guys are doing. We make a lot of content where we review the news, we answer typical questions, myth, just different things that are going on as far as what we're seeing in the office. So, again, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. We're more than happy to have open discussions about topics and things that may be on your mind. So, again, feel free to always give us a call. Our phone number is going to be displayed shortly on below. Again, if you or someone you love is afraid of being deported, please make sure you give us a call. We are here to help. We are a firm of immigrants for immigrants, and that is something that is very dear and special to our heart because we know this daily struggles that families are going through. We hear about it. So many people have been coming to the office lately anxious, depressed, and worried about the future. So if you, your loved one, a family member, is going through an immigration situation, please make sure that you advise them to get help. Do not wait until January 20th to see if something's going to really happen. The best thing you can do is keep yourself and family safe. And as much talk as there is about mass deportations, again, you're hearing constantly in the news about the fact that Trump is coming into power, the border czar, Tom Homan, has been assigned, and there's going to be this massive sweep of people. But remember, they don't have the manpower as of yet to deport everyone. What they have discussed is that they're going to have enforcement priorities. So that doesn't mean that if you're not within those enforcement priorities that you should neglect your situation. You should still strive to find some kind of legal remedy to work with a professional, work with an office, a law office that can help you throughout your immigration process. Do not be afraid to seek help. Do not be afraid to find a defense for yourself. Again, it's better that you have something filed and pending with USCIS rather than not. And again, as far as these mass deportations, again, they have discussed enforcement priorities, meaning they're going to go after people who have been ordered deported and removed in the court. So someone who already saw a judge and the judge did not find that person, let's say, credible if they were doing asylum, or they didn't have any defense, any claims, or maybe like many clients that we have and many people, they skip court. Someone tells them, hey, don't go to court because if you go to court, they're going to deport you. They're going to arrest you and deport you. And a lot of people will not go to court being fearful of what's going to happen. And that's the worst thing you can do. It's not go to court. We've had clients that they say, even attorneys tell them not to go to court. And that is negligent. So again, if you have immigration court, make sure you go. Make sure you hire a legal representative to help you, to assist you in formulating a defense. So whether that defense is that you're getting married, that you are filing asylum, that you have a wage theft, that you've been victim of a crime, you've been victim of domestic violence, you've been victim of trafficking, or you're a juvenile, it is best that you always go to court and have a fighting chance to prove to a judge that you merit discretion, that you have some kind of defense. So you should always seek help. And as much as there's talk about mass deportations, again, the enforcement priorities are going to be, again, people who have been ordered, removed, and deported, and then people who have criminal issues like DUIs, domestic violence issues, assault, among other crimes, which we'll be discussing at another time. So again, enforcement priorities are those who've already been deported, those who have history, criminal history, and then there's everyone else. And as much as there's talk about deporting people, because again, the plan is to deport 1 million people a year, and that's going to be at a cost to taxpayers of $88 billion. Again, they don't have the manpower to do that. There has been talk about them utilizing the military, but as of yet, again, that hasn't happened. We're not in January 20th yet. However, my biggest concern, or our biggest concern here at Noise and Associates, is not so much the mass deportations, but it's about the employment verification, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So, employment verification is where an employer who hires you, whether you have, again, a green card, or you have you're a citizen, or you are authorized to work, you have a work permit. What the Republicans have promised is that they will be enforcing employment eligibility verification. So, for those of you who may not know, this is what the form looks like. It is called a USCIS I-9 form. And we're going to review this together just so that, you could see, you could take a look at what it is that they require. So again, this form is for employers to verify that the people they are hiring are authorized to work. So one of the first section here is about the employee. Again, they are attesting. So this is like a sworn statement. This is a federal government form that they're filling out. You have to put your last name, your first name, middle initial. If you've used any other last names, your address, complete with your city and state, zip code, your date of birth, and your social security number. So for those folks in our community who are using fake papers, who are using somebody else's social, when you fill this form, the employer is going to ask you to fill out the following. Again, I am aware, let's read this together. I am aware that federal law provides for imprisonment or fines for false statements or for use of false documents in connection with the completion of this form. I attest on the penalty of perjury that this information, including my selection of the box attesting to my citizenship or immigration status, is true and correct. Again, you have to select one of the following options that discuss or states your citizenship or your immigration status. So you're either going to have to fill out that you are a citizen of the United States, that you are a non-citizen national of the United States, and we're going to see that this applies to people who are from America Samoa and some other territories. You are a green card holder, and as such, they are requesting for you to put here your alien number. Or number 4, you are a non-citizen other than 2 and 3. Again, 1 is U.S. citizen, 2 is a non-citizen national, 3, a green card holder, or 4, someone who is authorized to work. And your employment authorization document has an expiration date. And you will have to put that expiration date on this form. Now, as far as these documents as well, again, you're going to include your A number here or your I-94, which is how you've been admitted, or your foreign passport or country of issuance. You're also going to have to sign this document. But most important, again, this is where I wanted us to focus on, is the fact that they're going to be asking for you to provide List A documents, List B documents, and List C. So we're going to explore a little bit about what those are, the types of documents they're requesting, and again, you have to attest, and your employer will be sending this to the government to verify it. So List A documents is a U.S. passport or a passport card, a green card, a foreign passport that has your green card stamp that you've been admitted, employment authorization form or card, if you filed this, your 765, if that, if it contains a picture of you. Again, foreign passport. And everything has to match with the name. Everything has to match with the social. Secondary evidence, or List B documents to establish identity, can include driver's license. So let's say drive-only licenses. It can include other types of IDs issued by federal, state, and local government. So this can also include municipal IDs, right? As long as it has information about your name, date of birth, gender, height, eye color, and address. It would also include school IDs, voter registration card, U.S. military card, military dependence ID card, U.S. Coast Guard merchant mariner card, Native American tribal document. Well, again, driver's license issued by Canadian government. For persons who are under the age of 18 who are unable to present the document, it will have to be like their school records, or clinic or doctor or hospital records, or daycare or nursery record. Now, type C documents, which are documents to establish employment authorization. So again, this is going to be a social security number, a card, that indicates one of the following, right? That is not valid for employment, is valid for work only with INS authorization, valid for work only with DHS authorization, or a certification of report of birth issued by the Department of State, original certified birth certificate issued by the state, county, municipal authority, or territory. Again, Native American tribal document, U.S. citizenship, citizen ID card, any types of other identification card. Again, employment authorization document. So as you see here, this document, again, the employment eligibility verification is going to be something that will be required by employers. So if you don't have this document filled out and your employer has to verify your identity, has to verify your status for you to be eligible for work. If you cannot produce one of these documents, they're not going to hire you. So you need to make sure that you are seeking help now, not waiting until January when they tell you that if you don't have a social, if you don't have proof of citizenship, if you don't have a proof of green card or work authorization, that you won't get a job or you won't be able to work legally. And employers are not going to risk getting fined or getting in trouble over their employees not having papers. So please make sure you seek legal help now. Do not wait until last minute to prepare. We are committed here at Noyes & Associates as a firm of immigrants for immigrants to developing strategies, to develop options of defense, to develop ways in which we can prepare you and your family to not suffer in the case of what's going to happen in this new administration. Again, the concern here, yes, mass deportations is a worry to a lot of families, but most importantly is when they make it difficult or almost impossible for families to work. If you can't pay your bills, if you can't pay your rent, if you can't pay your gas for your car, it's just going to bring so much chaos to so much more families. And unless Congress acts, which is our hope, but again, we do not live in the future. We only live in the now. And what you can do for yourself and your family is to prepare. Prepare now. See what options may be available to you. Again, this is Juan from Noyes & Associates. We look forward to serving you. Please feel free to share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time for more. Thank you.